Alright everybody, welcome to it. So we're doing A to Z bands and we're on N already. So basically this is the series where I choose my favorite band or artist to go with each respective letter and then pick a favorite release by them and then do a runner-up, same thing. And yeah, so we're on N already, and shoutouts to Sea of Tranquility, because I've always kind of got this as a concept or whatever, but I didn't see anyone turn it into a video before they did. So N is a little bit easier than M, thank God, but there's still some pretty heavy hitters here. But I kind of knew right off the bat who it would be, but then choosing the release, as usual, is quite problematic, so anyone that saw the J video, it will probably not be a huge surprise. New Order. And as you can see, or if you don't know, the release is Technique from '89, I believe. Yep. And New Order's really hard because, you know, I definitely wouldn't just call them a singles band because I love their albums. And I think other than Republic, I like all their albums for different reasons. Republic's a little iffy, but yeah, a lot of people go, oh, they're a singles band, and you know, I will kind of agree that Substance is probably the best release you could get from them, but I'm not choosing compilations, and I'm not choosing live albums or anything. So I really thought this one's probably the most consistent, and though I love the one with Perfect Kiss on it so much, and I think if it was the full version of Perfect Kiss, like the 8-minute single version, then that one might have got the edge. But this is kind of their dance record, and I think they even recorded it in Ibiza. And then of course it's got Fine Time on it, and yeah, this one you won't hear any of the singles on it on Substance, because Substance was released before this, and Substance really shows the best of their first 6-7 years as New Order, after Joy Division split up and they became New Order. Yeah, so this is just an incredible record, and I actually don't own too many New Order full albums, because when I was getting into them with Substance, I was a high school kid, didn't have all the money in the world, so I obtained a lot of them digitally, but yeah, I've got some CDs in the collection, and but this one's always stood out to me, so I think that's why as soon as I started buying albums I chose this one. And then for runner-up was really hard, and this is a band that I got into a little bit late. When was it? Maybe 05 or 06 or so? But, there's a band I should have, come to a few years earlier. I should have enjoyed them all throughout high school and all that. And I don't think I ever disliked them, but I never became a fan. And then they put out an album with Teeth, and the first single from that's when it all started to click. But I don't have very many releases from them after with Teeth, and I should remedy that, because again, their whole discography is really good, and I almost brought out an EP, but it's got to be full lengths, right? So I could have put out my Downward Spiral, but I went with this one, The Fragile, just because it's got so much material on it. And I noticed there's a coffee stain before I started recording the video. That's really classy. So yeah, this was the first time I ever heard Nine Inch Nails. I was a little too young to hear the Downward Spiral stuff or anything off the debut, and then We're in This Together hit the radio, and they played it on Much Music, and I didn't really like it the first time. I think maybe the video distracted me too much from what was going on in the music, but then but I thought there was something very intriguing about it. And the more and more I listened to that song, the more I started to like them. But I probably didn't buy this till like 6 years later or something in a mall somewhere. But yeah, you could really choose anything from this band. You know, I almost brought out With Teeth. I love the new stuff, but it's, you know, they mostly do EPs now. And, you know, Hesitation Marks. If I had that physically, I might have actually picked that instead. So, yeah. Much love to Nine Inch Nails. So runner-ups for N would be Neutral Milk Hotel, who, you know, only did 2 albums, but incredible albums, both for completely different reasons. They're very different albums. The New Pornographers, who I've come to really late in the game and really enjoy. Love their newest record from a couple years ago. I have to mention New Radicals, even though they only did that 1 album. I always credit You Get What You Give for simply getting me into music. When I was about 10 or so, I heard that and Chumbawamba's Thumping, and those were like my favorite songs ever. Ironically, both bands became one-hit wonders, but Chumbawamba just kept on going, and they had a huge history, whereas New Radicals split up not even after that hit. Like, while that song was climbing the charts, that's when they split up. And then Greg Alexander went on to be a songwriter in LA, and he wrote a bunch of songs for, you know, lots of future stars. I think Vanessa Carlton might be one of them. So more runners up. Stevie Nicks, have to choose Stevie. Love her solo career, though I haven't really heard much after Trouble in Shangri-La, which is the only one I don't really like as much. I think it's the production or the Sheryl Crow collabs. But everything before I really like, and I've always been meaning to catch up with her because I've heard everyone else's Fleetwood Mac solo efforts. Nirvana, of course, who I was huge into in high school, and, you know, maybe even appreciate more now for the musicianship and that. And then, of course, No Doubt, who, you know, I've always had a soft spot for No Doubt, and I have everything they've done on CD. And yeah, love Tragic Kingdom especially. Got that on CD and LP form. So next episode will be interesting. It's O, and there's surprisingly a good amount of great O bands and artists. So yeah, we'll do that one next time, and a few more videos coming your way. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out, everybody. Take care of yourselves.